Wait, you guys haven't heard? It's the Very Real Fantasy Football Show!
What is up? Big shout outs to Nick and Brad. They do all the music.
Is that Nick shredding?
I think it's probably Brad shredding. He's more the shredder.
Oh, you didn't know?
That's Nick.
I know that.
Yeah, my kid bro Nick.
Hell.
Old Nicky Rob. And our friend Brad. They do all the music for this podcast and the other couple of podcasts I'm doing too. And it's pretty cool.
They're just a couple of jingle writing fellas.
Uh-huh. Just some jingle writers, dude. They sent it over to me, and I was like...
Old Bill and Bojangles.
I go, okay, so New Age Outlaws. I'm like, all right, I dig it. I mean...
You're not only a nerd, but old.
Yeah.
An old nerd.
I am an old nerd. So are you. You're older than me.
Speaking of old nerds.
Older, nerdier.
No EC this week.
Yeah, well...
A lot like my 0-4 team, he's just a no-show.
Yeah, well, we didn't invite him this week because last week when I said, Tyler Huntley, he's like, no, that's not it. And that was it.
Yeah.
That was 100% it. So he's on timeout for a week.
He's got a lot to his game. Names are not one of them. Yeah. You know that.
Mispronunciation, sure.
And overall,
but when you tell
Kevin's
him,
or not.
when he's like, who's that guy, played for the Ravens, went to the Pro Bowl, and I'm like, oh, you mean Tyler Huntley?
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
No, that wasn't
like,
it.
But
you don't know.
No, you mean Tyler Huntley.
Yeah.
No, that can't be it.
Nailed it.
Uh-huh.
Nailed it.
There he is. All right. But we got Eric, and we have literally one of the largest humans walking the planet.
Hate it.
Big Dan.
Hate
this
it.
week.
Average, at best, average-sized man.
No, I'm playing it up.
I run about a 10 ski in the shoes, kicking 5'10's door down if I'm being aggressive.
Big Dan.
I will say I'm teetering at a $180. That would probably line you up and take you down, but
there you go.
You know.
Yeah, you got a little girth to you, pal.
A little weeble wobble.
Yeah, no, don't sell yourself
People are
short,
picturing
buddy.
me probably with just like a huge ace.
Dude.
I'm not what he's described. I'm not like a.
I'm painting
not
that picture. I'm painting that picture. I'm just like.
I'm not a short can of like soup.
EC not here this week because honestly, there's no room.
He's
at the bar
more of
for
a bowl of chili than I am. All right.
He's a handsome fella.
Oh, absolutely.
And he loves chili. He's a
like
big soup guy.
Big soup guy. Huge soup line fan.
Not
handing it out, just sitting with people who are less fortunate, enjoying soup together. I think tonight's pea soup he's enjoying.
Really? Oh, good for him. Yeah. He's got a freezer full of soup. He'll tell you about it.
I think anyone with a freezer full of soup you got to have legitimate concerns. There's other things frozen in there.
You think so? It all sounds delicious. Every time he tells me about his soup freezer, I'm like,
not anything.
I'd like to thaw that thing out.
Yeah. Bring soup next episode. I know you're going to listen to this and be like, how much are they going to rip on me for not showing?
It's Tyler Huntley.
Minutes. Yeah, it's old TH.
Tyler Huntley, Eric. Yep. Get your shit together. All right. So
tomorrow's game. Yay.
Yeah. We are week 5 is here already.
Which is a shame.
A quick look back at some things week 4, and then we'll do what we do. We'll go through the week 5 games, give you some updates, talk about some players, and if there's some fringe guys, we'll kind of give you our idea of where we think they should fall.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan Love made his return last week.
Thank goodness.
Right there on a few of my benches. Because I was like, I don't know, man. He's hurt.
Gotta see it.
I gotta see it.
I've always been told by various talking heads that if your fantasy stud can play for that NFL team, he can damn well play for your nobody gives a rat's ass fantasy team.
Yeah, so I subscribe to the gotta see it. And what I saw was some L's because Jordan Love was on my bench scoring 46 fantasy points.
And the thing about that is, wait and see, you would have been a genius if he came out and dropped an 11 spot for you.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Now you know, and you'll put him in and he'll get you 20 next week. It's not that
maybe. Maybe he'll get hurt again in the first quarter.
I need him in a league that I'm 0-4 so I can go 0-5.
389 yards, 4 touchdowns. He did throw 3 picks.
He did.
But when you're in a fun
It's
league like us
forgivable.
and you don't penalize,
We don't. I started a league based off that too, where I was like, "Look, you don't got anything for interceptions? No, dude, I like fun.
yeah, it's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah.
We're just gonna count what was good. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to be realistic. All right, it's called fantasy football. All right. If I want my dragons to be purple, them dragons are purple.
I'm in a league where I didn't realize this. I signed up. I told him ahead of time.
I'm in.
I don't want to play in it if there's kickers and if it's got to be PPR.
And they're like, kickers get touchdowns for.
They're like, kickers are out fine and PPR is fine. You know, and like, I'm not trying to be a diva, but a little bit.
It's fun that way.
Yeah, it's like it's
we
just
have a
more
certain
fun.
way
Come
of
on, guys.
weird that we like to do. You know?
And honestly, they're my basketball homies. I would have played regardless, but I was seeing if I could get it set up the way I wanted.
Why not?
Week 1, I forget who my defense even is. They got me negative points, and I'm like, oh no, we don't do negative.
So you had something like a negative 1.78. That ruins it.
We don't do negative points.
If you want to do that, if you can find 10 guys that like to do that, I'm sure you can find 10 guys that can do a lot of things together.
Yeah, 8 guys.
And they probably like that.
Yeah, 8 guys, negative points for defense. So anyhow,
I'm just getting this.
it hurts to even hear it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't.
Right.
I'm bad. It's bad enough they have defense and then negative. Yeah, man.
Yep, but that's okay. I mean, it is what it is. You learn and you move forward. It's the first year of the league, so we'll.
Sounds like the last two.
Yep, potentially.
What is this? The Deontay Johnson Memorial League?
Oh, we'll get to Deontay, the fantasy darling of the season. Questionable.
Should be
this
just
week.
like trusting Andy Dalton.
Justin Fields last week.
I don't know what much more he's got to do to prove to stay. I just keep hearing that as soon as Russ feels better.
Then what? Then
He's
Russ
coming
starts?
in. Then Russ is coming in.
Then Russ just starts when he feels better?
Once he's eaten enough Danger Witches, he's coming back in. Do you know about the Danger Witch?
I mean...
His sandwich from Subway?
Oh, yeah, I've heard about it because he's Danger Russ.
And that's a Danger Witch?
Yeah. So the news on Big Russ, limited in practice still.
Big old Russ. On old hussy Russ.
Yeah, but... Still, Justin Fields is expected to start. The Steelers look good.
They look like a team that if they even figure out how to score 20 points in a game, they're going to be tough to beat.
They look good, or
the defense?
Yeah, you're right.
The offense looks manageable.
It does.
It's just
George Pickens had a good game finally.
There's too much focus on Pickens. They can't get, for whatever reason, they can't. Najee Harris looks like a beast in college. What the hell happened?
And his rookie season.
Yeah.
He was a monster.
I mean, I guess he's gone for 1,000 every year, but they are an ugly 1,000 every year.
Yeah, they are. But Justin Fields, nevertheless, last week, 39 fantasy points in our scoring system. Generous for QB points, but still.
It's a 1 QB league. It's not super flex.
Threw a passing touchdown, ran for 55 more yards, and 2 more rushing touchdowns.
Which is nothing, no surprise if you followed him in his Chicago days.
That's what he does. So, Justin Fields, big week. Derrick Henry.
Oh,
dude.
Right off top. Just ready, high, touchdown.
What was that? Like, I sent you and EC a text. Like, bro, Derrick Henry, Jesus Christ, he's just sprinting down the field like a young man. He's nearly our age. And
hey, he's not even close to my age.
Handle it. Go ahead, handle it. He is. He's getting up there in age. And there's no good reason that a guy his size should be running that fast down the field, that efficiently, with a bunch of guys in their early 20s not able to catch up. So, Derrick Henry, monster week, 199 yards on the ground with a touchdown. 3 more catches for another touchdown, 35.9 fantasy points.
Yeah, with those 3 catches, he's like career catch 12.
Dude.
What a waste of that ability in him, I feel like.
And so now in full point PPR, that's 2 weeks in a row, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Let me find this. 2 weeks in a row, Derrick Henry over 30 fantasy points.
Cowboys are dumb for not getting Derrick Henry, and so are the Bengals, because there was a rumor out there that since he was sniffing around the Derrick Henry camp. But Cincinnati just is we scrape. We don't offer.
Well, he rubbed it in Dallas's face week 3. I was right. 151 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Hell.
And another catch for 23. So 30.4 fantasy points week 3, 35.9 fantasy points week 4. This week,
homicide Ventura.
You know who he's got this week?
The not the Bunjwells, does he?
Oh, buddy, you get to watch that up close and personal. Just Derrick Henry.
He is just gonna shred kitties.
Stumbling, grumbling.
Oh,
yeah.
Bumbling all the way. He could go all the way.
Does this keep up all season? Not 30 points a game, but is Derrick Henry
he's a
top 5 fantasy running back at the end of the year?
Grown ass man.
I'd say.
I'm riding that pony until the wheels fall off. I don't have any shares, but if I did,
if you did, you'd ride it. You wouldn't try to sell it.
No,
at 30
I mean,
years old.
It depends on your team. If you're 0-4, hell yeah, go get some stuff. And it depends on your league. Like we play Dynasty, so when we do stuff, it's like assuming you're 0-4 and you have Derrick Henry. Like, well, I'm gonna go get some 1 picks for him.
Right.
That's different than if you're in a redraft and you're 0-4. Just keep him.
Yeah.
See if you can string some wins together. I mean, he's obviously scoring fantasy points.
That's a great point. If your team is winning, if you're 3-1, even if you're 2-2, but you're scoring points and you're feeling good about it, hold on to it.
Yeah, it's good. You got to play the averages.
1-3, 0-4. I mean, you could definitely flip Derrick Henry for a starting running back and a starting in like a 1 receiver right now.
Easily.
The way he's playing.
Easily, and it doesn't even matter the format, whether it's Superflex, Dynasty, or Redraft.
Yeah, you're right.
100%. He's at his all-time highest value probably right now.
He's incredible. You know who else is incredible apparently last week, even though we were making so much fun of him?
I mean, I hope I wasn't making fun of anyone that was good. That's
DeAndre Swift.
I mean, I tried to get him off you in the trade.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
right before this, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know. And
even if you accepted that and he went off, it still would have been an adequate first rounder.
It wasn't bad. Yeah, it was
adequate pay.
I think it was like a 27 first rounder though.
Still first.
I know.
Remember when you used to make fun of 25s and it's next year?
I know, but
cats make fun of time till it just
I'm in my mid 40s.
Bro,
27?
I mean,
hopefully I'm around in 27 to see that. You don't know.
Survive till 27.
You don't know.
What are you
dude.
doing? Like, go home and eat some broccoli tonight and take my
broccoli.
27 pick and I'll see you at the draft.
Cabbage last night. It was delicious.
You're good. You just cleansed you out. You're good. All good.
27 so far away.
I don't know why they don't open up something into the 30s, man. I'm ready to deal.
Yeah, no, I know you are, but DeAndre Swift last week, 93 rush yards and a touchdown, 7 catches for 72 yards.
It's just not sustainable for the player or the offense. So trade him. I mean, trade him.
Agreed. Trade him is right.
I know you won't.
I will.
You won't.
I will.
I don't want him anymore.
But this is what I was hoping to see from him.
Yeah, of course you were.
Is Caleb Williams dumping the ball off to DeAndre Swift. That's where he's effective.
And for that to sustain, he has to get everyone else going. Keenan Allen's got to come back and make a difference. He's got to start getting DJ Moore. Cole Kmet, if he gets, that means the offense is working, not one piece at a time. They're all going one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, DJ Moore had a pretty good game. All right, now it's Swift. I just don't trust that offense, and it's so weird because look at Jaden Daniels.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
He's on the Commanders, and you thought they don't have shit.
Meanwhile, Jaden Daniels is the best player in football,
and not even as a rookie, just football
just
player.
In football, right
again,
now.
Though, it's people have recency bias, and they also forget about the past easily.
Yeah,
and RG3 had the world way more on fire than he does, and Jaden's doing better.
Yeah,
but RG3, it smells like. Hopefully, he can.
Hopefully it doesn't go that route. They're wearing the same uniform, so that makes it kind of.
Yeah, and they have the same exact style, too, like that fast electric runner with a great arm and knows football. RG3 is one of the smartest players coming in the league.
He was just ahead of his time, man. There wasn't that.
But he didn't protect his body either, and Jaden hopefully will learn. But it reminds me of RG3 in all the best ways.
Yeah, the good stuff. And, hopefully he protects himself, stays healthy, and
it's up to him, man.
They keep
slide.
utilizing
Get down,
right, but
run out of bounds.
Dude, his passes are so. I think he's a more accurate passer than RG3. Though.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, Dontavian Wicks, dude. Did you see that?
Was that the dude I called in the beginning of the first podcast?
Yeah.
We were all picking Packers receivers, and I'm like, I'm riding Wicks.
5 catches for 78, 2 touchdowns. Obviously, Jordan Love was throwing balls all over the place that game. I think Wicks had like 12 or 13 targets, only caught 5 of them, but for 78 and 2 tutties, got you just about 25 fantasy points.
I just see it on the film, watch him run routes. It's eerily similar to Devontae Adams.
And you said Devontae Adams. He's on my list. Requested a trade.
Yep, he gone.
We'll see. I mean, they're close. Like the Raiders aren't like we have no intentions. They're like, all right,
let's see. It's happening.
It's going to happen.
He's played his last down. I knew that he was getting traded right when they announced his hamstring hurt. That's classic sitting out to get traded injury.
It is every time
because you can't prove it's not.
Yeah,
Just limping. Sorry, guy.
No, it hurts, man. I
Run
promise.
test. Oh, test came back negative. Yeah, it doesn't matter, man. She's tight.
Hurts. Yeah, it just hurts real bad. So, like, I was literally clicking refresh on Schefter's feed before I left the house to see, like, okay,
They'll probably end up with D-Hop in Kansas City.
Is this happening there? Well, the 2 places he wants to go
are terrible decisions.
He wants to go to the Jets.
Jets, okay.
Or the Saints.
Both teams are going to go this year. You're going to play with your 2 homies, and then next year Carr and Rodgers will be gone from their respective places. I don't see them playing Carr. They're bringing Carr back in Saintstown? Come on.
But Devontae's not a young guy either.
No, he's 31. He's going to want to go somewhere with a shot at a title, you would think, and play with someone he's comfortable with. I wouldn't trust that Saints team. I'd go with the Jets just because of Rodgers, but I don't see – I mean, that drives me crazy if you're a Garrett Wilson owner. I mean, they can't even get him rolling, so what? You bring in Adams and he's going to get so mad.
Yeah, no, dude, he's got the Chiefs would be the perfect,
fit,
especially. He's probably scared Mahomes going to take him
but
out.
I keep hearing the dumbest rumors that Tyreek's heading back to KC. Dick. God,
no, he's not.
Our drummer's out of control. He's out of pocket. Chill out over there.
We brought in the trombone player this week, too.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Guy's got
plays my favorite song. We do need to name our band, like.
Yeah. That's a good call.
The Fantasy Fun Band or whatever.
Okay. Yeah, we can do better.
Oh, we can't. It's just off top. I'm freestyling, baby.
We'll ask your kids.
Yeah, I'm freestyling, baby. Let me get the juices rolling.
Keep an eye on that because Devontae Adams is going to go somewhere.
Yeah, he's not staying with the Raiders.
Nope.
And that was a bad choice to begin with.
Yep, agreed. All right, so let's get into these games. Tomorrow night, Bucks, Falcons.
That's Thursday's game? That's all right.
Am I looking at the right? Yeah. Tomorrow night, Bucks, Falcons, yeah. That is all right.
That's all right.
Okay.
It's got some good fantasy implications for sure. You like all your Bucks.
Mm-hmm. Mike Evans off the injury report.
You're a little confused about the backfield right now. You should feel a little betrayed if you're a white owner and you didn't get Bucky, or you should feel a little betrayed.
Yeah.
You love Godwin's comeback.
Yeah, all that stuff is.
Cade Otton, you're not touching that at tight end.
No, I mean, obviously it's Evans, it's Godwin, it's
both
Baker. Dude, if you got them both
running backs.
Both running. Yeah. No, I'm going neither.
Neither. All right, that's
I'm going
fair.
neither.
Wait till someone emerges from that situation,
and wait till Bucky emerges from that situation. Yeah. He's just better, dude. I mean, he's just straight up better. I want to see where Fantasy Pros.
What if
has those guys.
What if for like the track and field team, like to get into college or make the U.S. Olympic team, they made them play football? Because that's how dumb it is that we test these guys with track and field exercises to play football.
Right.
All right, well, turns out Bucky Irvin's terrible at running sprints. Cool.
Right.
He cuts.
Yeah.
He literally never runs 40 yards straight. If he does, he's gone.
Yeah.
So that's why they said that's why he fell off the balcony. Sorry, Roger Pitt actor. And honestly, I had to get that thought off my chest.
Well, it makes sense, man, because it's stupid.
But my idea to have track and field guys play football is pretty cool.
I do love that.
Just
100%.
Just smash.
Rashad White, 24. Bucky Irving, 26. That's Fantasy Pros rankings based on rankings.
You hate that
from a bunch of
When you have a running back,
it's
hate
a no,
that
dude. Then it's a no.
It's a John Stewart, D'Angelo Williams, but you don't get them both snapping.
Nope.
They used to snap, but
yeah. Yeah, they were
You
both.
just, it's a still. You look at them in the rankings, you're like, damn it, they're like 14 and 15. Can I get one of them at 1?
Well, I'm starting one of them. I'm pretty sure I'm starting Rashad White.
Yeah. If you have no choice, you have no choice. I mean, he's going to put up some numbers.
I mean, you just put him in as a flex. He's probably going to get you 8 points.
Pray
be
he
like, this guy
brings in some
sucks.
catches and gets one in.
Yeah. Ugh,
What are we going to do
So
about Kyle
promising.
Pitts in this world?
Dude, it doesn't matter. Tight ends are awful. You just start them.
He's supposed to be an X factor.
Yeah, I mean, I gave up on that a long
X-Pac.
time ago. X-Pac. I gave up on Kyle Pitts a long time ago, but this season, tight ends are so trash, dude.
I got a couple. I'm in the camp too. I could just seriously name drop some league mates from across 4 leagues who we can't quit KP. I can't quit him. There's just so much upside.
Yeah, it's
and
time.
it's like he won't get older. He's still like 22 or 3, dude.
Like, that's the thing. In a dynasty league, if you want to trade and get Kyle Pitts off of somebody, you're still paying a premium.
Yeah.
Ask Crayons for Kyle Pitts.
No,
his
that's still
cold
time.
dead fingers, dude.
Yeah.
He is gripping.
He doesn't want to be the dude who gets Njoku'd,
Right. But instead he's getting Ladarius Greened by Kyle
He
Pitts.
is.
He's just getting
I got-
straight up LG'd.
I got a quick tale of Ladarius Green was on my team where I bet $3 on DraftKings and won $3,000.
Nice.
I got 14th place out of 600,000 teams, but Ladarius Green, I did the Ladarius Green, Phillip Rivers stack when Antonio Gates was out, and it rained.
You got that one Ladarius week.
That one.
Yep.
I'll look it up sometime. We'll reference the actual stat, but I'm telling you, dude caught like 3 tutties.
Top 10 tight ends as far as total points scored on the season. Dallas Goedert, George Kittle, Brock Bowers, Cole Kmet, Pat Freiermuth.
Yep.
Isaiah Likely still up there somehow.
This is hanging out from that week 1.
Dalton Kincaid, Trey McBride, and
Xavier Tanner
Tucker Kraft.
TK.
Thanks to the band.
Yep.
Yeah. And then just outside that, Kyle Pitts down there at number 16. So I guess you can bench him now, finally. For a while, he was a top 10 tight end.
Wow. How the
Pitts.
mighty have fallen.
And last week, Kirk Cousins was bad. It looked like...
I mean, everyone makes him bleed his own blood.
Yeah. Is 7:15 on Thursday count as primetime, Kurt? Does that count?
Does.
Okay.
He's about to poop the bed.
Yeah. What's up?
Poop again.
What's up with Bijan? Gotta start him.
It's not my favorite mustard, but it'll do in a pinch.
Pardon me.
Would you have any goal line Kellys? He sucks. I hate owning him.
He does
He
suck.
sucks, dude. What? It's the same thing. All right,
sucks.
everyone on the Falcons.
Drake
is
London sucks, dude. Everybody sucks.
They're all upside and gonna snap, and I'm so sick of it. And everyone's in it. Cranes will tell me the same thing. Well, then trade him to me. But for what?
Yeah.
Pay me.
Is it the players or is it the Falcons?
It's the Falcons. It's clearly an organizational failure.
Yeah.
They've changed coaches. Okay, Arthur Smith's out of there. Kyle Pitts is still shitting in his bed.
Yep. S and his B.
Dude, no one's teaching him where the toilet's at. So,
Drake London is currently the wide receiver 23 on the season.
It just doesn't feel good.
He's averaging 13 fantasy points per game.
Doesn't feel good.
Nah, it feels icky. Pretty icky.
It feels like 13's all he's ever going to muster up for you.
He's all he's ever going to Bijan mustard up for you.
Just a mustard tiger.
They've got, let's see, who else is there? Ray?
Yep.
Ray's over there catching passes.
Oh,
and who
goddamn
else?
Darnell Mooney.
Darnell Mooney.
I hate fantasy football. Jesus.
Dude.
It's so stupid.
The ghost of Darnell Mooney has emerged in Atlanta, and it's like, whoa.
Ray McLeod,
I was in bed the other night. I thought I heard a little Darnell Mooney just out in the woods.
You did. I was howling, bark at the Mooney.
Mooney. Oh, God. Is that Darnell?
It's the girl. Ebenezer Scrooge.
Oh, God.
I can't handle this life.
So you got to start Bijan and Pitts and Drake London and hate your life.
So you just got. I can't wait for Bijan to just get me a solid 12.
Oh, yeah.
But the upside, he'll have one run where you're like, God, what a thoroughbred.
Yeah, that guy's real.
And then the rest of the time, I keep looking at my phone like, maybe my refresh isn't working.
Yeah, no, that's real.
No, real time. Other stats are moving on the other team.
He still got you 3.4 fantasy points, and it's the end of the third quarter.
How am I touching everything that sucks this year? Are there people having fun this year in fantasy football?
Dude, points are down, man. Everything's down. Injuries are up. Points are down.
Someone's got to be having fun. I see people in my leagues. They clearly are better records than me.
Oh, there's some 4-0 guys, just straight jerks. I hate them. It ain't me. I ain't 4-0.
Anywhere. I'm having no fun.
Yep. Nope. So we will move on. The next one on the list, I have. Oh, we got a Sunday morning game. We got Jets and Vikings, so that must be overseas. Jets and Vikings.
Those are stupid.
I agree.
Hey, just do them later, man.
Yeah.
Why can't they have a night game in London? Why they got to have a noon game at their time?
I mean,
why? Why do they not have lights? Are they that poor over there? Their stadium's like, hey, day games only.
I mean, be careful. We get a few downloads from over there. We don't want to.
I don't give a rat's ass.
Turn the lights on in London.
Yeah, turn on the lights. Look, if I have to get up and deal, I haven't even enjoyed the fantasy shows and stuff that I want to watch.
Right.
All the hype, texting my buddies like, what do you need? Oh, that's a good play. I'd play him. Who should I play? There's a game going on.
That's a great point because there's fantasy shows on TV. Sunday morning, there's all the lead up stuff you're watching, you're getting updates on injured players.
That's half the fun.
And it's half the fun, but it's also super necessary to get ready for the week, to set your lineups, and instead you got to watch a game, and it's never anything good.
No, it's always a damn Jaguars game.
It's like, oh, Tennessee Jacksonville, huh? Oh, you're welcome.
I want a simultaneous vote done by the NFL. Should we get rid of the London game? And if we do, that means we get rid of the Jags.
Oh, yeah.
Just get rid of them.
Get rid of them all.
Duval.
Mm-hmm. Jets Vikings, though. So you're welcome, foggy old London town.
It was better when we sent Germany the Panthers and Giants. You guys know what that was for.
Yeah.
Suckers.
Remember the 40s?
Yeah.
All right. The Jets just came off what'd they get? 9 points?
They scored 9 on the Broncos.
On the Broncos.
Sorry, Schwinny. We know you.
The Broncos win. Schwinny was happy.
Yeah.
Happy guy. Congrats on the big dub.
You scored a little Giants points.
I mean, outside of Garrett Wilson and outside of Breece Hall, there's nobody really on the fringe you should even look at, right?
I mean, right now, I hate Breece Hall and I hate Garrett Wilson.
But you have to start him. You're not going to bench him.
Yeah, well, then you got to keep losing.
Especially this week when we have some actual buys.
I'm wheeling his ass out there, but I'm not happy about it. In fact, in a dynasty league, I have just acquired Garrett Wilson this offseason, and I already have him on the block in week 5.
Somebody come get him.
Someone come get this
Somebody
dude.
come get your boy.
Yeah, somebody come get my boy from the Ohio State. Yeah. Hey, somebody come get their mans in them. He's been at my house too long.
But we do have buys this week. You have to keep that in mind, man. When you already are trying to set your lineup and you're like, dang it, I got the Lions, the Chargers, the Eagles, and the Titans on bye.
Yeah, buys seem to be a weird thing. They're just here's hella good teams all at once. But week 12's a real bad deal for me in a lot of ways.
Oh, I bet. But that's a lot of good fantasy players not playing this week.
Yeah, but this is the part of fantasy where the teams with thick benches, some thick burgers. TVs. This is where they start pulling away and pulling out and doing a lot of pulling.
Okay.
This is where you get a chance to tug.
This is where you
some fantasy TJs going on.
Speaking of fantasy TJs,
spiral quickly.
Yeah, no, I don't know what's happening, but the Vikings are real good. They're 4-0. Sam Darnold, I think, is still QB1 in fantasy.
Sam Darnold.
He was going into last week, and he remains.
Man, what the Panthers do to all these quarterbacks as soon as they let them go. Baker Mayfield and Darnold are both like, Mister, get me out of here. Now they're good. So that's why I think Bryce Young, dynasty-wise, is a hold.
Okay.
Because I don't think it's the player. I mean, they've proven 3 times that they don't know shit about quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, 100%.
How I know they don't know shit is because they got Andy Dalton starting and it's working. That's just pure dumb luck. Trust me, it's going to look more Andy
I
Dalton-ish.
scooped him up. I had to literally the choice I had to make. I have to make this week is Kirk Cousins or Andy Dalton. Those are my options.
I don't feel great about either one, but I guess I feel better about Andy Dalton just because of recency bias.
I think the problem I have is the matchup. It's a way better matchup for Cousins tomorrow night.
So he's got the Bucks.
Yeah, he's got the Bucks, and then
who's Carolina got again?
Let's see. Dalton it's at Chicago.
All right,
Chicago's got a good defense.
It's a road team.
Yeah,
it's a revenge game for Dalton, former Chicago Bear, for a cup of coffee.
How is that possible, dude?
So there's an internet theory out there that Andy Dalton is actually everyone's backup.
He seems to be.
So the theory also means that like any time there's a major quarterback hurt, Andy Dalton is the backup somehow.
Yeah, he should be. Him or Joe Flacco.
Just there they are.
Who we'll get to. Because old Joe Flacco, Joe Cool, comes in again. Saves the day.
I sure do hate Anthony Richardson because he makes two kinds of throws and only two kinds of throws.
Right.
I've never seen that in my life. Holy shit, did you see that ball?
Yeah.
And then how did this guy get in the league?
How's this guy a pro?
How is he a professional football player?
Right.
So that's the only two throws he makes.
Yeah, fun to watch, but you're not going to be watching him now, most likely injured. I think he's practicing limited.
They said he may miss a game or no game action.
Yeah, but he might play this week.
Point.
Jonathan Taylor?
He gone.
Yeah, he's probably not playing.
Multiple weeks.
They still have a Q by his name, but most likely
I'm hearing
he's
multiple
not.
weeks.
Yep, I'm also hearing the same thing. But I'm curious about Sam Darnold. If you have him, if you picked him up.
What kind of curious are you?
Which,
that guy.
I mean,
he's a handsome fella.
He's a good-looking fella.
Nice little hair job there he's got going. I wish I had it.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, he's in his 20s.
Oh, man.
But, you know, what's the line to where you're not starting Sam Darnold? Who do you have to have on your roster in order to keep Sam Darnold on your bench right now?
There are people, I would imagine right now, that have Pat Mahomes and Sam Darnold right now. That's their QBs.
Yeah,
and
100%.
We live in a world where I'm going to say trot Sam Darnold out there until further notice, or
Fantasy
until
pros
Mahomes gets like some killer receiver.
Yeah, Fantasy Pros if he quits hurting his receivers, nobody wants to go there. Yeah, really got him good.
Really lit him up.
But Sam Darnold, Fantasy Pros number 18. It's same thing last week.
That's disrespect.
They had him down around 20.
That's disrespect. That's just not watching football.
Bro, I plugged him in.
He's got Addison and Jefferson.
Yeah.
Wait till he gets Hawkinson back.
And Hawkinson cleared to practice.
Hawkinson.
So in the next few weeks, go check your waiver wire. If you start tight ends.
For TJ?
Yeah.
He might be out there.
He might be.
Only in a redraft. Definitely Dynasty. If he's in the Dynasty, call me and let me in your Dynasty league.
Yeah. No. He's rostered in Dynasty. But in redraft, dude, I guarantee you there are a lot of leagues where TJ Hawkinson is just floating around.
I wish we were just in a world where everyone played Dynasty.
I love Dynasty.
Because playing redraft, in my opinion, is just like going and getting a fake tattoo. You ain't about that life.
No.
You're not about it. You're not about permanent decisions.
Mean it. You need to mean it.
Get a neck tat, then get at me.
Commit. But, so, I mean, I'm looking right now, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. All right, if you've got those guys and Sam Darnold, all right, I'm not mad at it. You start those guys. Then you get Jordan Love, number 4. Okay, I'll probably start Jordan Love. They're at the Rams. I mean, Jordan Love is some sort of monster. But then they've got Brock Purdy, number 5, against Arizona at home. Mm-hmm. To me, that's where you start getting close, man. To me, Sam Darnold is like top 5 potential.
It's a weird year. I feel like I say that every year, man.
Yeah.
These are tough seas to navigate, these fantasy seas.
Yeah. But then Kyler Murray at San Fran is number 6. You're telling me you don't like Sam Darnold in London better than Kyler Murray at San Fran, who just did nothing last week?
Yeah. I mean, I like Kyler's weapons and his running ability. Yeah. I mean, it's tough. It's tough to stick Sam Darnold in there. You gotta train yourself to just look at raw stats, take the names out.
Yeah.
And that's tough to do.
This isn't your daddy's Sam Darnold.
No. And he might not even be his own father's son. We don't.
This is new age Sam Darnold.
Really, really get some paternity testing done on Sam Darnold.
24-25 SD. Mm-hmm. But Addison's back. I think you can plug him in.
I regret calling him Shaddison in episode 2, but he was playing like it, so whatevs.
And Aaron Jones, until he's not good, he's
not good.
He's playing.
Put on the sombrero and rock it.
All right, Panthers at Bears. Nobody but the fans of these respective teams will be tuning in for this
or
game.
Starting anyone.
Well, if Deontay plays, I'm starting him.
I'm not.
And
it's all going to come crumbling down. You wait.
I'll start Chuba.
Only because you have to.
Yeah, but as a flex, dude, you do a lot worse than a Chuba.
Yeah, this week you got Chuba, but I think in the next month, you better trade Chuba now because unless you're holding down Brooks on your IR, you're about to get stunned.
Now, you're not getting 26 fantasy points from DeAndre Swift this week.
Not unless you trade him to me, because then he will. If you keep him, he's going to eat a bag.
But do you start him?
I mean, again, if you have to.
Okay.
Bye weeks and whatnot, you may have to.
Yeah, so I will go through this, and I'll try to find the line of where you're going to start DeAndre Swift because – I mean, coming off a week like that, and we all know he's capable of weeks like that because he has the history and the track record, but it just hasn't looked right in Chicago until last week. So if you start looking at where he is ranked as far as flex players go, Fantasy Pros has him in full point PPR down at number 40. And I mean, in all honesty, DeAndre Swift is a flex player. They have him down at number 40. They have him one spot ahead of Ramondre Stevenson. So, okay, that seems fair. DeAndre Swift or Ramondre Stevenson this week. New England is at home against Miami.
The only advantage Stevenson has is he is the offense in New England. So he's going to get more touches guaranteed.
And Miami is a broken shell of a team, and they just lost.
Do you think they just listened to Broken Home on repeat by Papa Roach?
Hopefully nobody does. And they just lost Jalen Phillips.
Hopefully
Miami
no
did.
one does. Someone out there is like, oh, unsubscribe. P. Roach rules.
Good. No, don't listen to our show ever again. Papa Roach sucks.
Well, I can't wait to tell EC about this.
Dude, I know. I'm trying. I know why. I pick my spots, dude.
Yeah, you do.
But Jalen Phillips out for the season for Miami, so that's another reason I'm kind of like, I'd probably start Ramondre this week. But yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. I think you said it right. If you have to, go ahead. But he's right there, ranked around like Jerome Ford, Brandon Aiyuk. Ugh, man, he's been bad.
What a terrible investment that was, Niners. Jeez. Paid him, and he's like, well, smells like we're done here.
He'll be fine. Yeah, he'll be fine.
That's what you got to tell yourself.
Dude, I am. I'm smiling. He'll be fine. Caleb Williams had points, right? But I'm not. You're not.
It's uninspired football. If you're going to redraft league, I got to ask you why he's your QB1.
Yep. DJ Moore?
Give me less.
Okay. DJ less. Ravens 2-2 at the Bengals 1-3.
Go Bengals! I'm not gonna give you any non-biased opinions about.
But all
right, fine. I will.
You're starting your normal cast of characters.
You can't sit T. Higgins. You can't sit Chase. Now, what you got to consider though is start watching the backfield with Chase Brown and the old Moss, Zachy Moss.
There it is. That's the real question.
That is this weekend. It was a 50-50.
Mm-hmm. Who do you like? I mean, you're the Bengals guy.
I personally like Chase Brown for this offense and his upside. He's more of a dynamic player. He's younger. I think they see more upside in him. He's carried the load in college before and proven that he can do it. Zach Moss has shown burst, but he's better as your supplemental back.
Yeah.
Change of pace, plays specific to him. They both can do. The good part is that defenses will have problems guessing because you won't know who's running. Like when Derrick Henry's in the game, you're like, oh, shit, stack the box. Here it comes. With Chase Brown or Zach in the back, they can't tell. We can, and we're probably going to throw it because we got Joe. But again, it's a balanced attack, ideally.
So as far as the Ravens go, a lot has been made, their receiving options and their passing game and what's going on there. And people are really wondering about Mark Andrews going into last week because
Who?
in week 3, Mark Andrews got you a goose egg.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Is he a football player?
Yeah.
Cool.
Supposedly. But week 3 got you a goose egg. Everybody's kind of freaking out. What's going on, Mark Andrews? So thankfully, week 4, he kind of put your minds at ease.
Yeah.
And he came out and got you 0 more points.
Yeah, he made sure you knew his name. Never forget the name.
I was looking, I'm like, was he hurt? What happened? No injury designation.
They showed a highlight of him on Get Up where he did a pancake block, and I'm like,
good.
My man's is blocking up.
Good for him, dude. That's nice. Good for Mark.
Oh man, the fall from the top. That was the fastest fall of an elite tight end I've ever seen in my life.
So if we got a question and it said, this week, do I start Mark Andrews at tight end or Dallas Goedert on a bye? I would have to think about it for a minute.
I would go easily Dallas Goedert, Aaron Hernandez, and then Mark Andrews. I mean, that's how putrid he's been, dude.
God damn it.
I'd rather just pour ashes out on the field. You'd get more points. They'd go farther.
Shannon Sharp.
Yeah.
And the girl from the audio.
Yeah. Done.
Attached to each other.
Just better than Mark Andrews. I can't believe that it's happening.
No.
I had him. I almost didn't draft Brock Bowers in a dynasty league because I'm like, dude, I got Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
So
Why would you need Brock Bowers? Yeah.
And I have Isaiah Likely. I'm like, if Andrews gets hurt, bam, plug him in. He's a tight end one. Now I hate them both.
Turns out none of them are good. Neither of them are good.
Hate them both.
Yeah. Likely was good one time.
And I start Brock.
You should. Yeah.
Old double B.
He's better. Are you good with Zay Flowers?
Love him. Wish I had him.
Yeah, same. All right. So we can move on. Bills at Texans. That'll be a good one, man. A couple of 3-1 teams.
Yeah, that's a good matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's the only question, and this comes up every week when we talk about the Texans, is the trio of wide receivers. What do you do?
Well, Tank has removed himself from the conversation being injured last week and not producing. So it's more to me like Nico Collins' show.
He's a
wide receiver.
monster.
B is Diggs. He's more working the red zone than the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And then you can just sit Tank. If you're in a dynasty league, hold him, trade him, whatever. Don't start him.
Yep. Yeah.
Dalton Schultz. I don't even.
He's tight end, so who cares?
He's a warm body.
Yeah.
So you got him. CJ Stroud continue to wheel him out, but yeah, I don't know.
Dude, I want to get rid of tight ends altogether.
It's pretty bad.
If this season continues like this, like I will push some legislation to remove tight ends from fantasy going into next season.
But their position, not them. And period, you just keep them in the pool, right? So you can still pick up tight ends and play them
they
at
can be a flex,
yeah.
but not a
I like
mandatory
that.
start.
No, not a mandatory start.
What are we doing? What
just
are we
making
doing?
it boring. Let's do another
Exactly.
flex, dude.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Another flex.
Yep.
I'm putting it to a vote in the league I'm commissioned.
Flex it up and flex it out.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right. But Joe Mixon still hurt, not practicing.
Yeah, and if you handcuff him with Pierce, that's awesome because he's also been
hurt.
Practicing.
So who do you want?
Not Cam Akers. You don't want to play the running backs.
You don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to, but just keep an eye on that. Because when Mixon comes back,
he's viable.
He'll be good again for a week, but he's old. Like I said before our week 1 show, he's old.
He's tender.
And he
got old quick, didn't he?
He shot his wad in week 1 and then has just been resting up ever since.
Resting up.
I just got to take a night now.
Come on, Pierce, get in there.
Performed like that since I was in my 20s.
Man.
All right. Colts at Jags. Anthony Richardson might play, right? We said?
Hate him.
But if he doesn't play,
hated it.
Look for Joe Flacco. You know,
now you can start Pittman again.
If Flacco's playing, you can.
Yeah, you can watch Downs come alive. You might even see A.D. Mitchell get a little burst.
Dude, we were like, should we drop Michael Pittman? Is he even worth rostering? And then Joe Flacco steps in.
Carcass of Joe Flacco. He knows how to pick the.
Oh my God.
He knows how to pick the quarterbacks. He's like, oh, that Richardson looks like he cannot get down on a
That
slide.
guy's getting hurt.
He's getting hurt. It's so easy for him to cherry pick a job. He's like, sick wideouts, like the city.
Mm-hmm.
And 9 days older than his mom. That's what Flacco is.
Yeah, I
He's
saw
older
that.
than Anthony Richardson's mom.
Yeah.
8 days. I don't know the exact math.
It was 8.
It
was 8 days. And Jonathan Taylor, as we said, out. So who's the backup? Do you know? Should we know? We do a fantasy show.
Trey Sermon or that Goodson guy. You don't want either one. Neither of them are Goodson.
Right. But if you need somebody this week, I guess maybe Trey Sermon. He did a little something, didn't he?
If you need someone who's going to be in a game, there's other guys, though, you probably have on your bench.
Warm bodies.
If you're in a 2 mandatory, I'm in one league where we have to start 2 running backs, and I don't really like it because it's 12-man league. So there's guys
stupid.
just so in that league, you might want to listen up and go get Trey Sermon or Goodson, but that's an outdated practice.
You know what I hate more are the leagues where you have to start 3 wide receivers. Oh, what are we doing?
That's gross.
You have to.
So you just have to run the 3 wideout spread all the time.
Dude, you got to have a guy in the slot every week. They call it
slot guy.
Yeah, you got to have a Randall Cobb position every week.
The slot man. I'll fight certain commissioners.
So certain ones.
Yeah. Certain ones run great leagues.
Yeah.
I'm in a league. I'm too many. Yeah, I'll call him. I ain't going to listen.
No.
I got one commissioner. I'm like, he literally is just a jackwagon. Everything makes no sense. And if I ask questions, he gets all aggressive. I'm like, you don't even know me. That's so weird. But I just play in it because they needed a guy, and I felt bad, and it's some cool dudes in there.
They needed a warm body.
Yeah. I came in and won a title. Told them to meet dicks and, the usual.
Yeah. And then the Jags, 0-4. They look so gross.
Gosh.
Just stupid and dumb.
Trevor doesn't know what he's doing. Doug Peterson. What the hell? Yeah, anything that is, like I said, get rid of that franchise. It's worthless.
It is.
It's so talented, and they can't do anything with the talent.
Etienne is still a startable guy, and keep an eye on Brian Thomas.
I love Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah. And he's actually produced a little bit too.
Yes, he's had some good games. He's he is a dynasty darling, and I sure do have some shares in him, and I love it.
Yeah, I do too. Also love it. Dolphins at Patriots. The poor Dolphins, man.
Just keep wheeling Tyreek out there. He's going to bust one. I wouldn't trust Waddle. He should have already been traded by now. If you're not in dynasty, you can wheel him out there because they have to run it, and all he needs is one carry.
And he didn't get you anything last week.
No,
worthwhile.
but it's worth the risk because he's lightning in a bottle. All he needs is just that one run to change your whole fantasy week.
Yep. And so I was watching the game last week with my son Jace.
What, the Dolphins?
The
game?
Dolphins.
Oh,
game.
I'm sorry.
It was a Monday night game.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What are you going to do? You're watching it. And he's like
you said, do something with the wife and kids besides football. Wasn't it a doubleheader? So you got to watch the other one.
Yeah, it was a doubleheader. We were flipping back and forth. And he goes, it's crazy how when a starting quarterback goes down, how bad it looks when the backup quarterback goes in. He's like the drop off from the talent is just so, and it's like yes and no, right? Like obviously Tua more talented than Tyler Huntley. That's who
or
it is.
Skylar Thompson.
Either
one.
Or Xander.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is the system. These offenses now are so complex, and especially a Mike McDaniel system.
Yes.
To just have somebody step in and try to run that offense.
Well, what the hell are they doing when they're not playing? Study the damn playbook.
They do.
How come they don't look like it?
But dude,
you know what I mean?
It takes weeks to be able to fill in and really, really run that offense effectively. So I do think.
But I don't understand why. Skylar's been there. This is his second year.
Yeah.
So what's his excuse?
Well, he's just not very good.
Okay, well then why is he a backup quarterback? See what I'm saying? Like, so the Dolphins suck at evaluating. You know what I mean?
But they got, yeah.
So why is that restaurant, like the one McDonald's on that street is good and the McDonald's on that street sucks? Both McDonald's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
someone
I know,
knows how to run their chives and someone doesn't. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm holding the Dolphins accountable for this situation.
But I do think Tyler Huntley is talented.
Sure.
And I do think if
he just hasn't been there long enough.
Yeah, if they keep rolling with him, that you're going to see all of a sudden in a few weeks, it's going to be like click and the Dolphins are going to put up some points on somebody.
Just not as consistently, but you're right. There's gonna be some pops.
So Tyreek Hill, absolutely. And then I would hold Waddle.
I'm in the trade camp. If someone's getting frosty, lay it out there, baby.
And I might go try to make a trade for Waddle right now.
Don't be scared to trade either. I know I'm really pro trade, like probably to the point of annoyance, but
that's how you get things done, man. Trades.
If you ain't trading, you ain't trying.
There you go. Nobody wins the league on draft day, so you got to trade. But the Patriots, Ramondre's their whole offense.
Can we talk about something fun?
Yeah. Browns at Commanders.
There we go. That's a little more fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Can we talk about Patriots?
No, I didn't.
God,
I said
no.
Ramondre's their whole offense. Let's move on.
If you want to start talking like that Brady offense with Welker and Moss, I will dabble in that all day.
Dude.
We'll talk about how fun that was in Madden. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, we're out.
But for the Browns, so some news that I saw.
Was it
encouraging
massage news?
No. Encouraging news. Nick Chubb returned to practice.
Get your weight up, boys. Get your weight up.
That dude's whole leg fell off.
He gets his weight up. That's what it's all about.
And he returned to practice today. Now he's limited, and he was like the 5th running back taking reps. So it's not like he's going to start.
It's a 21-day window, probably.
But yeah, dude, Nick Chubb back in practice.
I'd say by Halloween you could be
encouraging.
starting him. Yeah.
Also, David Njoku.
That's no Njoku, folks.
No, he's
I'll
been
take
out
him
for a few weeks.
I'll take him because I got him.
The tight end world needs him.
Man, do something. Deshaun Watson, as much as I've been just like laying him out saying he sucks, he has had 4 straight weeks of 14 or more fantasy points. Not over 20.
Never.
But not under 14.
Right.
So
He's stupid.
suck it.
Yep. That's what he says.
Can you make a suck it joke about Deshaun Watson, or is that just... That's what I thought.
I've only got 2 sounds.
Oh, we need to get a French horn.
Oui.
Yes.
Jaden Daniels for the Commanders is the best player maybe in the history of football. And Austin Eckler's going to be back this week. Brian Robinson is real good.
Scary Terry to go off.
I mean, he'll be fine, right?
Get you a dub, but I mean off.
Yeah, you need a big
all
week.
The way.
You want a Justin Jefferson week from Terry McLaurin. That ain't
Establish it. Oof.
happening. That ain't happening. Come on. But, I mean, outside of that, I think we can move on. Mm-hmm. Okay. Raiders at Broncos. God,
yikes.
Why there's so many just shit games, dude? Every week we go through this.
I saw a meme that said Aiden O'Connell looks like an 8-year-old drew a picture of Gardner Minshew by memory.
I like that. That's the most interesting analysis we can give you.
That's why I brought it up.
Game.
I was like, oh, a stinker? I got a good one. Want to hear about a meme?
But Devontae's hamstring hurts, so if he doesn't get traded before this week, he's probably not going to play. It's really Brock Bowers.
It's Brock Bowers, and I want you to focus on a name that I've been high on for a while, Trey Tucker.
Yeah.
I want you to focus on how he's.
You brought him up last week.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna be something, I think, in this league, and it may be as soon as this year for your fantasy team. So get him, stash him, hold him.
Agreed.
Especially if Adams leaves, yo.
And they've finally said, and this makes perfect sense because in that backfield where it's been a 50-50 split all year, where one of those 50s is real bad. Zamir White is getting you nothing, like 2 yards a carry. And the other of those 50s is Alexander Madison, who's not been good, but he's been less bad than Zamir White. So they've said Madison is going to start getting more touches.
Less worser.
Yeah.
That's English.
That is. And Madison has shown before he can be an effective running back in the league.
Only if it's behind Cook and he can wear the same hair and like look like him.
It's totally deceive you.
Yeah, it's just like he's a stunt double.
Yeah. So they need to sign Dalvin
like,
Cook.
oh, this is too dangerous for Cook. Madison, get in here. He's like, I got you.
That's the secret. If they sign Dalvin Cook,
he's got to have him on the same team.
Agreed. He's got to be out there, right?
I don't know why Dalvin Cook isn't getting a chance in Dallas, dude. There's no way that Zeke is better than Cook right now. There's no
Rico looked okay last week.
I mean, okay, let's try it. I mean, you guys suck at running. Try it.
I mean, they see in practice. I think
if Kamara is the same age, I feel like he's got the same tread on the tires. I feel like
but do you see how he looks out there, dude?
He looks good.
Cook, when you miss time due to suspension, then you get to stay a little bit more fresh than your contemporaries.
Definitely got
suspended. The whole move is you beat somebody up in the off season.
You know I'm down.
Yeah, I know you are. I know you're down to meet up in the parking lot.
Anytime. You can count on me in the parking lot.
Broncos. God.
Weird team.
Super weird.
Just weird.
I think Javonte finally got double digits last week.
Something feels icky.
Yeah, feels like we should move on.
I just feel like Sean Payton's an idiot now.
Dude,
That's what I feel like.
At some point,
An arrogant idiot.
Sure.
He looks out of date. He used to look innovative and was the new young coach. He just looks like an out of date, out of touch idiot.
I think you said it, man. I think at some point we have to acknowledge that these coaches are like, they get passed by. The game passes them by. You know, when
stop relating to players.
When they brought, John Gruden back before he was out, just before his racism was fully exposed for everybody, they brought him back. He wasn't good. They brought him back, and he
was outdated.
Yeah. The game evolves.
We're gonna run the ball, and
coaches don't always.
No,
it's
hard because what's worked in the past, their ego gets involved, and they're like, "Yo, dude, no, it's always worked for me. This is how we do it." Instead of evolving with the game,
you go out there trying to spider wide banana people.
Spider-wide
defenses are going to be ready for you.
I'm telling you right now.
But I'm hoping, I'm hoping you don't have to start any Broncos.
No,
and that's the best I can say for you.
They do have
as friends.
They do have hotlines you can call, so don't give up.
Oh man, Cardinals at the 49ers. The Cardinals looked bad last week, but Marvin Harrison still caught a touchdown.
Still Marvin Harrison. You're still dragging him out there and starting him as your wide receiver. You love Kyler Murray. He's got upside.
Yeah, he's been good every week, but last week. So don't give up. Don't do what we say.
I'd rather have Kyler Murray than Mahomes.
Boy, at this time, yeah.
Mahomes is has for some reason, he's a magician. Look at him go. He can't be stopped. And then Jalen Hurts, what a bum. He sucks. Same stats this year.
Dude, Patrick Mahomes has not been a top 10 fantasy starting player in 2 years now. But he's Patrick Mahomes. He's still the best QB in football.
Winning football games is not the same as winning fantasy football games.
You're 100%, man. For how long was Tom Brady the best quarterback in football?
And not a fantasy,
not the best fantasy
guy. He sucked
at
fantasy until he didn't.
Yeah.
But he had to get that offense revolutionized. They were such a dink and dunk team. You're do not start Brady.
I mean,
if
like
you
it or not,
19 points at your QB.
Right now, Patrick Mahomes, game manager. That's what
that's what he needs to do, real football.
And they're 4-0.
He doesn't care about your fantasy team. Look what he did to your starting wide receiver, Rice. He gives no shit.
He's like, oh, you guys like it. You like him, huh? I can't do. Can you do a good Mahomes?
Kermit the Frog here.
I liked him, and then I hit him in the knee. That's a good one. Thanks. All right, I had to work on it a little bit. Get it dialed in. Travis is getting pretty mad. I wasn't throwing him the ball very much.
Subway eat fresh.
So I injured Rasheed. Anyhow.
I took out his ACL.
Okay.
Fucked him straight up.
James Conner.
Oh, the man will not stop running good. Let Trey Benson get some shine, dude.
I mean, temper your expectations a little bit because it is the Niners, but still, you're not going to bench him.
No, I just look forward to his 1 or 2 week absence so I can see what I got in Trey Benson.
Agreed. George Kittle, Deebo Samuel.
Just men.
Yeah.
Injured men, but men nonetheless.
But playing.
Kittle just 4 guys on me, just getting it.
But he's going to be playing. He should be playing. He was great last week.
I like him.
Juwan Jennings was good again, man.
You're still dragging him out there until really further notice. You start seeing him getting phased out because he's phased in.
He was the leading receiver last week with Aiyuk, Deebo, and Kittle all active.
I bet you Christian McCaffrey comes back but doesn't finish the year.
Oof, man.
I think he's
I'm trying not to even think about it.
I think if he's a horse, he's no longer with us.
Oh, God. I don't have a gunshot sound effect on it.
Boom.
I don't think they do it like that anymore.
No, but with horse, yeah, they do. Right out back of the Kentucky Derby, dude. Just drag them out back and get your McCaffrey on. Poor Christian. He is. If he was a horse, his future would be in peril.
Yeah. All right. So, are you benching Aiyuk until further notice?
I thought you were saying, am I putting McCaffrey down. Oh, no. We're going to wait it out.
Yeah, no, we're
see
going
if the bandage looks like in a few weeks.
Keep him on your IR spot.
Aiyuk, boy, if I could find a sucker to trade me someone that made me feel better, I would.
Yeah.
I don't know what that receiver is, but if I could find him, because Aiyuk, dude, I can't tell you that better days are ahead. I don't know what the hell else he's got. Jawan Jennings is fine.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's wrong.
I can tell you better days are ahead. They are.
Take off your 49ers fandom and tell me they're
impossible.
Yeah,
that's impossible.
Yeah,
I love 49ers. I love Brandon Aiyuk. Everybody shut up.
I'm going to jump in real quick and tell you, Homer Simpson over there doesn't know squat. Okay, better days are not ahead for Aiyuk.
Aiyuk could be fine, right?
Things are fine.
Put him on the market right now and see what you get for him.
I
guarantee you get some value.
I got Liddy.
Mm-hmm.
I got a first, a
value,
second,
dude.
and Chase Brown.
I'm not the only one who thinks. Really? Ooh.
Stacked them.
Heads up, our league, because I'm gonna be testing them waters.
Test them out. I got something for you.
Packers 2-2 at the Rams 1-3. The Rams still don't have.
They're weird, man. They just
Cooper Kupp still
they
don't have
anyone.
Puka. They don't have anybody.
You're rolling Kyron Williams out there, and that's what you're doing.
Yep. But for the Packers, Jordan Love, welcome back.
Yeah, boy.
If you don't get penalized for interceptions, then he is phenomenal.
I think now you're going Jaden Reed, and you're going Wicks.
I think you can go Wicks in a flex.
I don't think Watson can be ever trusted again in his whole entire life.
Well, he's doubtful this week.
Well, that's what I mean. He can never be trusted.
And Tucker Kraft is the number 10 tight end in fantasy.
Bro, I thought he was the backup to Luke Musgrave, and he's just the man.
Stupid. Fantasy football.
I got him for sale in our Chris League, so if anyone's listening to that, come and get him, please.
Giants at Seahawks.
Seahawks are the most non-sexy, non-romantic
3-1
team, that I've ever seen. They almost won last week.
They did.
I just want more from that offense. I know Walker looks sensational.
Yeah.
I just want more from Lockett and DK and JSN. Like, I feel like they should have 2 100 guys every week.
They don't.
And though.
They don't. They're so just.
It's like
they're
looks
not
like
trustworthy.
No.
You can't feel good putting them out there every week.
But it looks like it's about to happen, though. I mean, they're on the precipice.
Sure. And whoever you sit is getting 100 yards and a tutty.
Yeah.
Never fails.
No, going absolutely off, or you play against them.
But, yeah, I mean, Ken Walker I'm okay with. And those receivers, you think you have to plug them in and just you take the good with the bad and you know what you have with those guys.
Yes.
Malik Neighbors went out at the very end of that game last week
the end.
with a concussion.
Didn't see it till after the game. I'm like, oh, he got hurt?
Yeah, I was literally watching that play, and I'm like, no, get up. Get up.
He went
get
head
up.
first and didn't get up immediately.
Got a lot of stock in Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, you do.
Thankfully, that was the Thursday night game.
So he's had time.
Last week.
Yep.
So still got a queue, and I think still has not practiced. So
long as he knows that that's the proper letters on the wall and you see the numbers, hold on, he'll be fine.
Keep an eye on it. If he does not play, Wandale is like borderline wide receiver, low end wide receiver 1, high end wide receiver 2.
I mean,
that's the real thing, dude.
Daniel Jones, baby.
Yeah, Danny Dimes. But even if Neighbors plays, Wandale's perfectly good start.
I like it.
And Singletary, questionable. May not give it a go this week.
So that'll leave like Tracy and Gray, and you're not touching those guys.
Nope. We're almost done, man. With bye weeks. Cowboys at the Steelers. We've already talked about the Cowboys' backfield a little bit.
They can't run, and that Steelers defense is tough. So you're starting CD and Dak, everyone else. Brandon Cooks is hurt, isn't he?
Brandon Cooks is hurt. Yeah, he's out for a while.
Got some infection or something weird came up all of a sudden.
Had a surgery, an infection in his knee. Yep.
I've heard, they're trying to get another wide receiver out. I'll believe it when I see it. They need some weapons. For now, you're still bringing out Dak as your QB1.
Yeah.
But you're really concerned with this offense and his ability to give you those 303 games,
Yep. Jake Ferguson, of course. And, I mean, Rico is a flex I'm okay with.
Turd Ferguson. It's a funny name. I just love every time I hear Jake's name, I can't help it.
Yeah, Ferguson. Of course, you have to. The Steelers.
I mean, if you're in a league that plays defense, crank that Steelers D up.
Yeah. Crank up that D.
If you like that D, ride it.
Getting that D cranked up. But
Get
George Pickens
D.
actually looked like a wide receiver last week.
Yeah, and
not just a big play. I mean, like he had a.
It's possible with Fields to have a wide receiver one in fantasy football. DJ Moore proved that.
Yep, 100%.
So Pickens has the ability. It's just they just need to keep building that connection. And don't worry, just as it looks like you can trust Pickens and Fields, here comes the danger witch.
Yeah.
With extra chest.
He's not. They can't play him, dude.
It's happening,
They're
buddy.
3-1. You can't put Russ in.
You don't know this.
I know. But Najee is still, I think, going to be the primary ball carrier. I think Warren is still dinged up.
He gets the touches, but damn it, if 17 touches doesn't equal 38 damn yards every week.
Nothing happens, dude.
I hate it, and I own him in several leagues, and I'm telling you.
It's like one of the only instances in the NFL where it's like, hey, here is a clear-cut number one running back, and it's like, yeah, you probably just want to bench him.
Yeah, if he was a cow, his life would be in peril. So I'd be turning him into a burger or something. So peeved.
I love burgers.
It's so good.
Yeah. Monday night game, Saints at the 4-0 Chiefs, just smoke and mirrors somehow. The
Saints 5-0. Travis Kelce, 3 catches, 34 yards. Mahomes, 134 yards passing, 2 picks. Chiefs win.
17-9.
The refs help them out.
What do you mean? There's a late penalty that
goes
the Chiefs' favor?
What? NFL, at least hide the storyline. God, we're going 3-peat. Is it too obvious?
I mean, Kamara, obviously, every week, the guy is like an ageless wonder.
I love when people say, all I hear is Alvin Potato when people say Kamura.
Yeah.
All I hear is Alvin Potato.
Yeah.
You know when people say that, potato. No one says
it's
potato.
It's not potato. Yeah,
Never.
There's no such thing. Yeah. Yeah. Nope. But he's obviously out there. Olave's looked good, actually, lately.
Yeah, I knew he'd come around.
He's too good, man.
I mean, Shaheed's going to be the guy who's going to break your heart all year with the Deshaun Jackson games. You'll sit him, he'll go off. You'll start him, he'll get you 0. You got to find the wave and ride it.
He's boomer bust, man, and those are like that's always been a part of fantasy. Those guys have always been there. He's that guy.
He's that guy.
And last week, after week 3, when he got you nothing, people were dropping him like crazy, just waiver wire.
That is outlandish. That's total recency betrayal.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, whoa.
How dare you?
He still had 5 targets. He just didn't catch any of them.
Just imagine making a mistake and just being executed.
Like he's not Mark Andrews. He's not just going to go the rest of the season without a catch.
Yes. If Mark Andrews does, oh my God, someone take him off my hands in a league. Oh my God.
For the Chiefs, though, I'm really intrigued by Xavier Worthy now.
I'm not. And here's why.
Okay.
More eyes on him, right?
Yeah.
The reason week 1 he was able to do what he did and hasn't done since then is because of people around, the weapons. You got to worry about Travis Kelce. You got to worry about Rice. Now you don't have to worry about Rice, and people are starting to not worry about Travis Kelce. So it's going to be weird because they're going to treat him like wide receiver 1, and I don't think he's ready to break coverages and give you the wide receiver numbers you're looking for and expecting. He's going to still have big games, but this doesn't just leap him into consistency land.
No, you're right about that, but I will say this. Last week, with no Rashee Rice, Xavier Worthy kind of stepped up. He got you 16.3 fantasy points, found the end zone again. To me, he was on my bench and was going to remain on my bench because...
Yeah, now you can flex him.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm just saying, everyone's like, well, he's out now. He's going to be a top 10 wide receiver, and I don't think that's... He's not able to do that yet. Talk to me in 2 years.
Yeah. He's not 12 targets, 9 catches. He's not that. He's not that yet.
No. But he's still big play home run.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. And
I'm just saying that the defenses now are going to be more locked onto him than he's not going to be like a second or an afterthought. He's going to be like, okay, who's going to kick our asses? Okay, let's get on Worthy.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that guy that runs like the 4.140.
It's insane.
Somebody probably keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
So, all right, there you go. Those are that's every single game this week. How are your teams doing?
I've got 2-2-2 teams. Okay.
2-2-2.
I've got a 0-4 team.
That's not good.
No, and if you saw the roster, you'd be like, wait, does you're just hated. That's all it is. That's just fantasy lord hates you.
You get fantasy pooped on.
Yeah, I am number 4 in points scored and number 1 in points against. So just absolutely. It's so far. It's been 4 weeks of football, and every week has felt like the first night of prison.
Okay, I don't understand.
Yeah, fresh fish.
Yeah, I do.
You're a man, Dan. You're not a fish. You walk around on 2 feet. Come on. Yeah, and other than that, it's early. I still feel like I've seen teams start off hot, like 6-0, and end up missing the playoffs. I've seen teams start out 0-3, 0-4, and run the table. So
it's football.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, I'm with you. I run the gamut. I mean, I've got an 0-4. I've got a few 3-1s. They're looking dominant.
Mm-hmm.
Got myself a little 2-2 action going on.
Hey, a little 0-4 is humbling.
Yeah.
And it's also mystifying.
It is. Yeah, dude, it is.
You're like, no way in hell I suck 4 weeks in a row.
I can't be as bad. But it is what it is.
Better days ahead.
Yeah.
Unlike Aiyuk.
Yeah. That's not true, dude. Aiyuk is going to be fine. You don't say that.
I'm saying that.
All right. Play thing.
Peace out, y'all.
Oh, here it is. Yeah. Now it's playing.
Somebody better tell your ass.
This is the outro. The outro has no vocals.
So you can drop some farewells.
Yeah, all right.
Do it.
Hey, thanks for listening, guys, especially you in Ireland and Spain. We see you out there. You European robots. You can't be real people. Next week, we'll let EC come back and hang out with us. His 1 week suspension is over. Thanks for listening.